Fiverr is one of the most popular platforms for freelancers to earn money online. But is it worth using going into 2025? I'm going to tell you my honest experience after earning almost $9,000 using it over the last 2 years. In this video, I'm going to take you through step by step how I built my business on Fiverr, how I established a gig that earns me over $1,000 a month, and the challenges and difficulties that come along with maintaining this gig and this business. Turning your Fiverr business into a full-time venture is absolutely possible. Look at examples like Alexandra Fasilo or Dylan Siegley. These two people have turned their niche offerings on Fiverr into multi-million-dollar businesses. Now, while this is the case, like most businesses, it can be very difficult to achieve this level of wealth and success, and this comes with a whole set of rules. Now, like most ventures, there is no cheat code or overnight success to achieving this level of monetary return. It's going to require a strategic approach, dedication, and hard work. Throughout my 2 years operating on Fiverr, I identified 4 important areas that helped me build my Fiverr business successfully and sustainably. The first step to building a successful gig on Fiverr is finding a niche that's not oversaturated or overpopulated with freelancers already. You can do this by searching the Fiverr marketplace and taking a look at gigs and offerings that don't have thousands of reviews and thousands of freelancers offering this service already. Typically, any seller offerings that have already been categorized by the Fiverr marketplace on the main menu are attractive to buyers, as Fiverr's already identified this as a target offering. So this shouldn't be something you have to worry about too much. The second step for building a successful business on Fiverr is offering competitive pricing, especially when you're first starting out. This will help you undercut the competition of people who already have accumulated thousands of reviews, and it'll help you stand out from a pricing perspective. Similarly to YouTube, step 3 is creating an eye-catching thumbnail that buyers will find when they come onto the marketplace that will draw them into your gig. I like to use a design tool like Canva to help me create and craft an eye-catching gig that's relevant to my offerings. Now, while you don't necessarily need to provide examples of your work in addition to the thumbnail, especially when you're first starting out, if you do have any examples of work you've done in the past relevant to your gig, I do recommend including that, as people will want to see examples of what you'll provide them. Finally, the last step to successfully kickstarting your gig on Fiverr is asking family and friends to purchase your gig when you first publish it. Now, it doesn't matter if you end up transferring the money back to them, but by accumulating honest reviews and by getting your friends and family to purchase your gig and leave feedback, you're going to improve your search rankings and you're going to appear a more attractive gig offering now that you have reviews left on your gig. While I've earned almost $9,000 selling on Fiverr over the last 2 years, most of those earnings have come only this year. I almost earned no money last year on Fiverr, and this is because regardless of how many reviews I got from family and friends, my organic traffic wasn't picked up from my gig up until this year. Now, this is just a consequence of the gigs that Fiverr pushes and the demand on the marketplace. So just because you have reviews on Fiverr and you find your niche, it doesn't mean that it's going to be an overnight success, so pace yourself accordingly. On Fiverr, it's almost impossible to dispute any negative customer feedback, customer order complaints, or customer order cancellations, regardless of the quality of service that you deliver. Now, I experienced this firsthand with my graphic design gigs, where I've delivered top-tier quality work, and I've gone above and beyond with revisions, and I've still had customers leave me negative feedback or cancel their orders entirely, even after receiving their order. And there's nothing that Fiverr or their customer support team will do about it. So this is something that you have to anticipate and expect, and not every customer is like this. However, you must expect that a certain bucket of these customers will be difficult to deal with, and if you want to continue on Fiverr, you're just going to have to deal with it. The final challenge to consider on Fiverr is that not every gig is going to be a success, and it requires testing to find your money-making gigs. Now, you can see based on the 4 gigs I have available on my Fiverr profile that my media kit gig is driving 99% of my Fiverr income. This is because this is the gig that I've managed to build the most credibility with, and I've managed to build the biggest book of business. It's important to remember that recurring business and credibility, like any sales role, also applies to the Fiverr marketplace. So to answer the big question, is Fiverr worth it in 2025? My answer is yes. I say yes because it helps me fund my side projects such as my music, my business, and my YouTube channel. But this isn't for everybody. Operating on Fiverr requires persistence, it requires adaptability, and flexibility. You're gonna have to do testing with gigs to figure out what gig makes sense in your niche, what you're talented at, and where the demand is. And gigs don't find success overnight, so it's going to take time and patience. But if you keep up with it, you're persistent, and you remember that the customer is always right, you're gonna have no problem making money on Fiverr in 2025. As always, thanks so much for watching my video about my experience with Fiverr. If you want to hear more about my experience freelancing, building a business, marketing, or music, feel free to leave me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel below. Thanks so much and have a great day.